and good morning to Morning Medicine. Thank you for joining me this early in the morning. And maybe you've seen yesterday, I've made an announcement. Today we're going to look especially in a certain area to wake up or maybe to help getting ready for the day, especially for our jaw region, and how maybe yoga, little yoga practices and some techniques from osteopathy can help us with that. A lot of us do crunch during the night, or at least we wake up with a tensed feeling in this area. And so also here, like every night is different. And yes, we do sort of work through stress or tension and things we have experienced during the day, also during the night. I have to say, though, that if we look at the jaw region, and I think osteopathically and holistic health regarding, we couldn't just look at the jaw, like so many connections from the jaw through the whole body. 15 minutes aren't quite enough, but we can look to sort of have a few things we can do in the morning to help us get rid of this tension. But to start, we come in a seated position. We bring our hands to our knees. Allow your eyes to close and just relax for a moment, arrive. And a very important factor is also breathing and how we are able to relax our jaw during breathing. And so start your breathing through your nose and exhale through your nose. Start deep yogic breathing, arrive in your belly, in your chest. And maybe watch your breath and the movement of your body while you breathe, because we have important factors here. If you can feel that your shoulders are lifting to a certain degree, that's normal. But if we are lifting our shoulders a lot, then that indicates that lots of our muscles here in the front are working a bit too much. So focus on bringing more awareness of your breath into your belly area. The exhalation is always coming with the intention to let go. And this is what we're focusing on, especially when we work with our jaw. So with our next inhalation, we inhale again through our nose, but then we start sighing slightly. So open your mouth, and with the next exhalation, just release tension through your mouth. And just start feeling and bringing awareness into the jaw, mouth, upper neck area. And if you want to, like, open your mouth as much as you want, and also feel, where is my opening? How much can I open before I need force or before it gets tight? And try to bring space between the upper jaw and sort of the mandibula. And with the next inhalation, this time you are invited to really lift up your shoulders as well. And exhale, you'll drop. Do this a few more times. And always keep in mind, you just woken up. How did my body feel? What tension were there? And lay all the tensions you might have had into this sort of drop and let go movement. One of my all-time favorite little techniques for the jaw is not just dropping the jaw and the shoulders, but to slightly wiggle your jaw from right to left. This is a great practice you can do anywhere in front of your computer during the day. So with the next exhalation, you might have to practice a little bit. As quickly as possible, wiggle your jaw from right to left. You inhale again and you drop. And don't worry, if you have to yawn, well, on online yoga it's always allowed to yawn, but yawning is a great stretch, a great release for the jaw area. So yawning is great, and this is something you can spread over the day. And I from my own experience, I've got a lot of tension rid with this. So, but I had to do it like often. I did it daily. And then leave your mouth slightly open. Like keep this relaxation of the lower jaw area, and then bring your hands together and rub them really warm. Bring a lot of energy into your hands, and when you feel there's heat between your hands, then we start by making a little face and neck massage. So first we're taking those hands and like we bring them as big as we can onto the front of our neck. And usually you have like the index and thumb area like really right underneath your chin. And you hear my voice changing because there's like this little tight pressure on the front of our throat. And connect with that space underneath your hands. And the hands, they hold. They just stay in place while your head and your neck, they're slowly moving from right to left. So underneath our fingers, there is a little bone that's called a hyoid. It's a bone, a lot of muscles of your face and the lower face, and especially the maxilla and the mandibula are attached to. So we're just trying to mobilize without any pressure, just a very soft movement. And here we are right deep into the osteopathy techniques we can use for ourselves. And even though you think, oh, I don't really crunch, that's not for me, you might have symptoms like a headache, a tight neck, a vertigo, or problems with your ears, or these can all be related, like even further down into your shoulders, even till your pelvic region. Dysfunctions can affect the jaw area. And as we release our hands, we bring them back together. And feel free to always do this little wiggling movement in between. And the next place we put our hands on is like right over our big jaw muscles. They are so strong, the masseter, like our chewing muscles. So we place our palms onto our cheeks. And from there on, like you use your fingertips and feel free to slowly bring a little bit pressure and start from your cheekbone down on the outside of your face. You're running along sort of the edges. And there might be pressure points. So be very gentle with yourself, especially in the morning. And then from the middle of your chin, you wander back up. Also feel free to open your mouth while you're doing is like as you open, you run along. And this can be also a little headache relief once we now warm up our hands again, and this time you place them sort of right above your ears. It's on your head area. It's where the temporal bone is, and we have a very flat muscle there. And we warm up this muscle, and already with the base of your thumb, you can slightly give yourself a little massage, like lift, pull back, like in circular movements. This is a self-massaging technique today, but I think the jaw, if you be able to have a little bit time to get rid of the tension in our jaw, that's so crucial for the well-being of your day. And also you can use the outside edge of your hand and get rubbing. So I hope you haven't brushed or made your hair today. We're going to rub along the ear, over the ear, and you know when you're right, because also there we have a lot of trigger points. So we rub and then release, and again you sigh. As there's loads of, and this is this crucial area that gives so much function into other parts of your body. The muscle connection of holding your neck into place, your jaw into place, is in the back of your head. So again, we're using the edges of our hands, and this time we're rubbing the edgy part, the lower part of your head. So, and here you feel very quickly probably that it's becoming warm, getting warm. This is a good sign, like activating blood flow. And again, we release. And as we release, we also drop our heads. Use a little circular movements to also open and begin moving the upper neck, the alignment between the upper neck and the head. And maybe you still hear how I know we not often do this in yoga, but I keep exhaling a little bit through my mouth, sighing, and always reminding myself to drop, and to release tension. Once you come to the left, like to a rotation to the left, start nodding, start lifting your nose tiny bit up and down, and while nodding you move towards the right shoulder, coming to rotational muscles for our neck. And once you come back to the middle, like in yoga we know this movement, it's like in a bandha, taking bandha, the Jalandhara bandha, bringing your head really far up, sort of pushing the back of your head straight up. That makes you bring your chin in, and this is how we want to sit. And while we're sitting like this, we do a little movement of bringing the jaw and the chin bone forward, and we pull it back. Forward and pull it back. So again, mobilization, the alignment between the head and upper spine joints. And our intention is to become fluid. The intention is that the head and the neck don't have to work too much to stay into their place, that they find the alignment where there's no massive force needed to stay where they're supposed to stay. So you will really work on your little double chin, push back, release, pull it back and release. There's so many more things I'd like to show you, but I hope you already feel how the jaw is not so glued up into the rest of your face. everyone, or a lot of you know, I like chanting, I like making sounds and vibration. I love this exercise. We bring our index finger and middle finger between our lips, between our teeth. And I show you first, and then we do it together. So you widen your mouth, and while we have our mouth wide open, then we're going to, with the exhalation, say the letters A, E, I, O, U, all the vocals, and do this in one go. And because we're opening our mouth, we're having the muscles on a stretch, and then we're engaging. So we inhale. I know, a funny one, but with a next wiggle. One last time, feel into your jaw, and also now close your eyes and just come back into this area, whether it's a sigh, a yawn, or a little movement through your face. Engage your face muscles. We have a moment to just maybe feel a changed, maybe even a sitting, a changed feeling in this area. Allow yourself a little smile. And we release tension here, and also the intention for not starting in today with tension, with like what's ahead of me, but releasing, letting go. This can be the intention for all over. 15 minutes isn't the space to practice like for everything, but the intention goes a long way. And as the jaw is our upper joint in our body, it does so much for the rest. So feel free to keep on practicing if you have time. And if not, I see you tomorrow morning at 6:30, and thank you for being here today.